In this segment, we're going to be talking to you about a very, very important topic for all of you executives out there, and it's talking about executive retirement plans. And I want you to listen carefully because these are very different than the plans you are familiar with, very different than stuff you've heard from other people, and it's going to help you to do some things that you thought you could not do before. Now, executive retirement is extremely important. And for all you business owners who's listening to me out here, let me explain some things that are important. A lot of you all, I know you make great sacrifices to be in business. It is a true achievement when you've been in business for at least 5 years, because most don't last 5 years. So for y'all who are listening to me, that is a wonderful thing. I'm glad you've made your 5th year. It is powerful, and you should congratulate yourself for that. However, there's also many of you out there, and to keep your business going, you have sacrificed a lot in your family. You've sacrificed a lot in your own life. You've gotten to many days where you've paid others and not paid yourself. And that is not what you want to do in business. And I know it's hard to realize that because you know those families, you know your employees, you understand their situations, and I get it. And you make the sacrifices always feeling like you will make it up later, that you'll get a chance to get your part at a different time. And I salute you for that as well. But that is not why we go in business. That is not what business is about. And what business is about is not only they prosper, but you prosper as well. Everyone needs to win when you have a business. They get jobs, you make a profit. That's how business works. And so let's just talk about why an executive retirement is huge. Because after you've worked on that business from the dream and the conception to its end, you want to be able to walk away with a retirement plan that is so powerful that just signing over the plan to you will be plenty of buyout for you. Now, you've probably been hearing, as you've been trying to ask these questions to your financial advisors and so forth, you've been hearing that you guys are capped out at about $51,000 you can put in per year in a certain kind of Roth type IRA or whatever the case may be. But you're capped out as it relates to what you can do. And if you do it, you got to spend more money in the company because you got to include all of your eligible employees into the plan. Every time you look at it, you realize it's next to impossible to get where you want to go. But let me give you a scenario. What if you are 50 years old? What if you're going to retire in 15 years? And what if currently you don't really have a retirement, not one to speak of? If it has $50,000 in it right now, you don't have a retirement. So what could you do? How could you get to a point where you actually had a retirement? I mean, real money that when you leave the business, others are going on, their money's been taken out, they're getting Social Security checks and so forth. Maybe they get some 401k money, but what's going on with you, the business owner? Well, let's talk about that. As a business owner, there are plans out there that will allow you to be able to put up to 6 figures of what was company net profit into a retirement account for you. So let's think about it this way now. You're 15 years to retirement. What if you were able to put $200,000 a year into that retirement account? Well, for you, that would be $3 million at the time of your retirement. And what if the company could write off every contribution, 100% off? The company could do that. On top of that, what if the company would also write a second check that would give you the taxes on this bonus they just gave you? So it's a true $200,000. It's a true net. What if that would have happened? And what if along the way, if something happened to you, there'd be a tax-free windfall to the company and to your family to cover what would be your share and so forth of it? That would be an excellent plan. It is 100% carve out, which means it can include just you and your partners. It doesn't have to include anybody else. You might want to include your key people in this kind of planning, but you don't have to. Now, what does it mean for many of you all? Well, for many of you all listening to me right now, that you've been in the company since 38 years old, you're now 50 years old, and you don't have a retirement to speak of, you have no plan for it, the company makes profits, and all you do every year is pay taxes on those profits. And some of you have grown to the point now that you're paying 6 figures in income taxes federally, state, and by the time you get to federal, state, and everything else, you're about 55% of everything you're earning is going away. And every time you talk to your CPA is telling you, well, that's the price of success. You're being more successful. And because that's the case, you have not looked at seriously what these plans can do for you. I would like to tell you that Integrity can put that plan in place for you, and we can do it as early as tomorrow. But we can't do any of it unless you call us. So if you have a six-figure tax liability, if you need to get going on your retirement and you need to put it on steroids, then you will give us a call. The information will be on your screen, and we hope you give us a call so we can show you how to do a proper executive retirement plan.